Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you the team I would use for this The Price of Knowledge World event. As ever, it's going to be a no mythic team for the benefit of newer players in the game, but the first things first, always pop to the rewards section and grab your rewards. The reason is this is a guild based event and your guild may well have started and as such would have unlocked some of these tokens. Starts off the token of the self, evolves to the badge of the self, which does 40% spell damage for all troops in the current event, and ultimately will evolve to the medal of the self, where you'll get a whopping 160% spell damage for all troops in the current event. To make this a little bit quicker, you can go to the shop and buy yourself a tier 1. If you do that, you'll get a potion of enchantment amongst other things. This means all your troops will start enchanted at the start of each and every battle for the entirety of this event. And you get some other cool stuff as to more tokens, more troops, souls, event sigils, and more. So totally worth having. Now onto the scoring system. Very simple scoring system for this, very straightforward. There are 6 battles you can encounter during the event, which are Harpy Eagle, Krautel, Princess Quilla, Frostfeather, Taloka, and Quel'Zama. The battles are entirely random, but they all have an equal chance of appearing on the map. Now simply, you're going to be finding feathers for these, and I'm just going to put the simplified scoring system up on the board. So collect your feathers, always do the battle which gives you the most if you want to benefit and get as many points as possible from this. Basically, each feather is worth 6 points and the battles will drop a variable number of feathers, on average about 1.18 the base amount. Simple as that. So now onto the team. I've jumped forward a little bit so we get a nice mixture of easy enemies and more difficult ones. But the team for this is going to be really straightforward. What we're going to do is have Fist of Heaven 2 times Peng Long and the Frostfire King, which is there for a particular reason I'll explain in just a second. Peng Long is, out of our troops we have to pick from, the only one that is non-mythic, because I do like to do these teams non-mythic for the benefit of newer players, that has a damage to all. So that is always a nice way to burn through these events. Damage to all affects all the troops. But the thing is, sometimes some of these enemies are going to be submerged. If they are submerged and you've got all Peng Longs, for example, then you're not going to be doing any damage to those troops that are submerged. So for this reason, it's good to have an extra option on the damage. Deals splash damage to 2 random enemies, which is pretty cool. Burns the first group and freezes the second. Also has an added benefit of freeze and burn a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems, which is nice. It's also pretty good because there'll be just times that, by the way the colours drop, that you'll charge him up before anybody else. So you get a chance to do that damage early as well and soften them up for maybe your Peng Longs to finish off if they're not already dead. Fist of Heaven is here because, well, for a start, it does a lovely spell. Explodes magic +1 yellow gems. Grants a random status effect to all divines, and has a summon of a divine troop at the same time. Peng Long is divine, so benefits from those status effects. But its spell is also boosted by enchanted allies, and that is one reason I'm in Geomancer for this. All constructs start with 50% mana. Reduce damage from skulls by 50% is good. The talents are really good as well. Like them a lot. But Tree of Knowledge, gain enchant when matching green gems, is really good. We collect green for this anyway, and when we do, we become enchanted at the same time, and that means that we get a little bit of extra damage from the Peng Long. There is a way you can get the full benefit from that, but it's not great. Like the Forge Mistress deals damage to an enemy, and if the enemy is an elemental, enchant all other allies, but that is obviously only if you're doing that damage on a elemental. So let's take this out there. The banner for this is going to be +2 red, +1 yellow, -1 brown. Yeah, and that is all there is to it, really. We're going to charge up our troops and do that damage to all, or do that splash damage, particularly if somebody is submerged. Nice little explosion at the start there. The top troop is enchanted. That'll be ready next round anyway, so we'll look for some yellow instead. If you're not going to kill the enemy in one go absolutely straight away, then it's worth just casting your Fist of Heaven just to charge up the second Peng Long if you can. That means when you cast them back to back, you just finish everybody off without technically having to wait an extra round or two. Alright, always avoid Harpy Eagle. That is worth the least points out of everybody. Nice little start. Fist of Heaven ready to rock and roll absolutely straight away. As you can see, look, as I said a second ago, sometimes this will just get charged up quicker than the other troops. So it just pays off to have that extra different type of damage in there that uses a different colour. But as armour, get the most feathers from this. It chucks feathers everywhere. Grab some of them. That's going to be ready next round anyway, so we may as well collect some yellow. They cast these back to back. Finish off with the Frostfire King. Oh, they had a cheeky summon of Quetz's armor. That can happen. If that happens, nothing you can really do about it. Just charge the team up and do it again. When you get green, you get that lovely enchant at the same time, which increases our power. See, that's the thing. When you've got damage to all on its own, it just doesn't do a lot of damage because it effectively becomes just 50 to that initial opponent. So we'll definitely try and get our Frostfire King up at the same time. Didn't give me a blue match there. This will be enough now. 2 hits. Providing it doesn't come back again. Taloka. And of course, this team just gets more powerful during this event. Your guild mates will complete various rewards. That's going to eventually evolve that badge into a medal. And then you'll be doing 160% spell damage with this lot. There's obviously the option as well to make the weapon a damage to all at the same time. You can certainly do that if you fancy it. And just rinse and repeat. Minimo will have to wait a minute or two. Keep getting these feathers. These birds are dropping feathers all over the place. Messy beasts. Providing there's a decent amount of scattered yellow everywhere, the Fist of Heaven will always be worth casting. 4 matches, you benefit from the Frostfire King there. Freeze and burn a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems. Oh, we've been jumbled around a little bit. Have another freeze and burn for your efforts. Let's soften them up with a bit of this. Get them all frozen up. Stops them getting extra turns. Alright, may as well just do a couple more and call the video a day. Yes, video, you're a day. There was a nice yellow 4 match then until that explosion. That potion of explosion does spoil more good starts than it actually gives you after it's exploded. Actually does the opposite of what you want it to do half the time. Not all the time, just a lot. Right, keep on avoiding this annoying low level Harpy Eagle. We've actually kept the benefit of the 4 match there. There you go, we've got this charged up now before the other ones. So it certainly does benefit to have different colour troops in the team at the same time. Just in case, for that exact reason, certain troops or certain colours will appear, which mean they get charged up quicker than the other ones. Right, let's just do one more. And let's grab that. Cast this. when you have to cast it twice, like we don't have to here, like say the enemy was much higher points than that, so you have to cast twice, it's worth grabbing another bunch of red or yellow first to get the second troop charged up first. Otherwise you'll have to wait to cast the second one, because obviously it mana blocks. It's mana blocked by the first one. And that is it. We are done. So that is it. Rinse and repeat that. It will just get more and more powerful as your team progresses and you collect these rewards, collect more tokens. You'll eventually evolve that badge into the medal and do huge damage. So there it is. There's the team. If you enjoyed the video, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help and it is massively appreciated. But thanks for watching and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.